Entonces, para español voy a tratar, bueno, nosotros vamos a estar aquí todo el fin de semana, entonces si tienen preguntas en español, igual nos pueden buscar y les podemos responder. But for today, we're going to be doing kind of like the presentation in English, and we still will try to kind of like share some resources in English and hopefully in Spanish soon. So, do we start? Okay, cool. Well, so hello everyone. I am Diego Lizarazo. This is Taylor. What is Caldwell? Okay, I didn't picture that one. Okay, there you go. So we're going to be talking a little bit about Coinbase, a little bit about Coinbase products, and Taylor is actually going to take over a little bit almost at the end for some demos. So I think that's kind of like really the important part, and especially if you're hackers and you're going to be doing some hacking during the weekend with Coinbase products. So, well, you see our pictures there. We're developer relations engineers. I think that's kind of like a long title just for saying we're developer advocates or developer evangelists. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so this slide for me, kind of like the important thing that is kind of like showing is the transition between Web 2 to Web 3, you know, and we're going to be talking a little bit about that at the very beginning, because obviously not only the technologies change, but right now we're kind of like an interesting point, especially with Web 3, in terms of the maturity of the technologies that we're using in our day-to-day, you know, so like quite likely when you're creating a new dApp, you're going to be facing some, or using some technologies that could be in alpha state, beta, or that 6 months from now could change completely. So that is kind of like an important thing. The other thing has to do about, well, kind of like the change in mentality of how things are done between Web 2 and Web 3. And I think, like, well, Taylor was going to tell me, like, this is a good example, has to do with AWS, specifically that right now on Web 2, because it has been around for so long, you can expect that almost everything works. You are not really thinking about what you are using. You are just solving the problems that you want to solve as a developer, and then immediately spin like a new instance of whatever, and it's going to work. It's magic, you know? And it's only magic because it has been there for quite some time, and you rely on those things. You already kind of like expect that things are going to work, and you don't really think much about that. On the other hand, Web3, almost everything is, well, being created right now. And that's going to be a big part of what our team at Coinbase is going to be working on. Now, so this is a little bit how at Coinbase we see what we're kind of like trying to do. So right now there are different parts of Coinbase, so retail, institutional and all that. But at the end, like kind of like the team that we're part of, that is Coinbase Cloud, we have seen that we have like that layer that is quite important in between the protocols and like the business kind of like value that we're going to give developers. And you see, and we're going to mention them, and we're going to kind of like cover a little bit some of those specific parts with like data access, staking, trading, identity. So today we're going to especially mention payments, although we're not going to focus there. Like the important thing is going to be around wallet and around Node, that even this week, even today was the announcement for new features with wallet, right? So specifically today. And Node was launched 2 weeks ago, which I think it's amazing. And is this the one for Node? Mm-hmm. Yes. So this is something that I really like, and is because the Node team spent a lot of time trying to simplify the entire experience for a developer to start creating a node and to start working with it. And that is going to appear in Taylor's demo, and you are going to be able to go to the free tier during this weekend, create a new node, and immediately you're going to be able to start reading from the blockchain, and you are not going to have kind of like a lot of effort. This is really kind of like click, go, and you are ready to go. A lot of people ask about like, hey, right now the free tier is Ethereum. If you want to kind of like work with one of the other blockchains, I think it's 25 last time that I heard from Shri, that we have already working. What is it that you do? That's pretty much the moment that you kind of like talk with us, and then we kind of like let you have access to that if you kind of like show us that you're going to work with that. But if you're going to have just like a project that you're going to create during the weekend, you're still going to use Ethereum, and you have the free tier, which is amazing, and then you kind of like pretty much be ready to go. Okay, so this is wallet. Okay, cool. So that's the other product that we're going to be talking about. So, and that we're going to have a demo. So obviously, if you're going to create a dApp, you need a way to kind of like, sign your transactions. You need to integrate it, and that's pretty much a big part of the demo, showing you how you can easily use Coinbase Wallet and integrate it in your dApps. Okay, so I think I'm already kind of like giving you ideas for what you can do during the hack. We're going to mention that, the challenges that we have. So if you start creating a dApp, start having a project, an application that you are using Coinbase Node, and you integrate, you don't have to do both, it's pretty much what fits what you need, using Coinbase Wallet, then by all means, go ahead and do it. Like I said, we have like new features that were released today, including faucet testnet. So we're going to go through that. I think there's a slide with that, so we can show you. And I see that some of you are taking pictures of some of the slides, so then you are going to be able to do that. This is for pay. So we're just going to mention it here. This is something that if you want to pretty much kind of like do the entire on-ramp, you also can use, but this is not the focus really for the hackathon. We just wanted to mention it there because obviously Coinbase Cloud is growing for once, and we have more products. It's just that for this particular event, we wanted to highlight Coinbase Node, Coinbase Wallet, but you have more. So my recommendation is that during the weekend, if you have the time, or after the hack, go to the documentation, and you're going to be able to learn more about all the products, and of course, try to figure out like how is it that you can use it in your day-to-day projects. Okay, so these are kind of like, I was mentioning about the different products. So here you can see a little bit about that. So data access, identity, payments. I think for today, pretty much we're going to be covering those two. So obviously with Node, we're going to be focusing on the data access. And with Coinbase Wallet, you're going to have cover identity. But like I said, we have more than that, and I encourage you to just go and check them. All these products, and I think this is something, this is complete and unashamed advertisement, and is because we have some of the people from the Coinbase Node team right here, and one, like over there, like there. And really one of the things that why we're collaborating and participating in these events is because we need your feedback, okay? So whenever we have a new product, whenever we have like a new idea, of course we get excited about what we do. But we have all these resources at our disposal at Coinbase. But perhaps what we're thinking about is not exactly the same thing that you are doing in your day-to-day. So we don't want to kind of like throw features like crazy without really covering what you are doing, without helping you in your day-to-day. Like we are providing tools that you need to use. And if you don't use them, then we're not doing a good job. So we need your feedback. And a big part of the challenges that we're going to present at the end have to do with that. We're going to pretty much give you money if you use our products, but a big part of that is for you to give us the feedback. Get your hands on, get dirty, find the bugs, find the things that you like, the things that you love, and the things that you hate. Because we know that, no product is perfect at any given time. We always can improve it. So it is important that you give us that. Okay, so obviously, let's leave this link there for a second, although at the end, we're going to show like a QR code that you guys can go to. But if you're interested in learning more in general about the products, this is the place to go. From there, you can go to the documentation. From there, you can get to the samples. From there, you can create your Node account. That I think, are you going to create it from zero, the account? So Taylor is going to show you how to create an account from zero. And pretty much 15 minutes after you leave this presentation, you're going to have already a Node account running, and you're going to be able to read and write. So on the chain, of course. That's it. And well, there you go. No
Awesome.
demo.
Yeah, so let's dive into some demos. So the first thing I want to demo today is the Node product that Diego talked about. So Node is our product that allows you to spin up and self-serve nodes to read and write data from the blockchain. You can do it in a matter of seconds, all from the cloud console that we have on our Coinbase Cloud website. So let me just exit out of this real quick. So if I visit coinbase.com/cloud, you'll be visited with this that says Get Started with Node. So you can click that. And it's going to prompt you to actually log into a Coinbase account. So after you log into your account, you are now at the Cloud Console where you can select a bunch of different products that you want to start building with. Today, I'm going to show you how to build with Node. So here's the console. You can go up here and create a new project and start for free. Today, we announced support for Goerli testnet. So everyone here that's hacking away and wants to hack away at a testnet, you can use Coinbase Node on the Goerli testnet. So start free here. You can give your project a name. So I'll just name mine Node. And down here on the dropdown, you can select a network. So once you do that, Node is spun up for you and you're ready to go. You'll be prompted with a modal that provides user credentials, so a username and password. These are your authentication credentials that you can use to actually read and write data from the blockchain using our endpoint. If this was for your project, you would want to go ahead and copy these to a secure location and then click Next. And then the next part of the modal actually shows you a code snippet that allows you to make your first request using our endpoints. So if I copy and paste this right now in a terminal, let's see. So spin up a terminal, paste in that code snippet, and it looks like I have a protocol error. But I'll show you a setup that's actually set up properly using Postman in a second. So that shows you how to make your first request, and you should get back a valid response. And then you're good to go. So after you create your Node project, you'll have the dashboard full of different metrics. So you can see how many requests are being made to your endpoint and stuff like that, how much traffic you're getting. Here I have a Postman collection that has all of the different APIs that you unlock when you do spin up a node using Coinbase Node. We provide a set of advanced APIs that allow you to make complex queries to the blockchain. So if you're used to building applications by using native Ethereum APIs, maybe you've written code to, get a bunch of transaction history for addresses or get NFT collection data, and you notice that it requires a lot of different requests. You have to get the contracts, the IDs, you have to put them all together in code. With Node's advanced APIs and NFT APIs, you can do all of that using just one simple request using our endpoints. So here I have a Postman collection, and I have our endpoints for balances and allowances. This first example, you can see I can make one single request and get token balances for multiple tokens and multiple addresses at the same time. In this example, I'm retrieving data for USDC and DAI token for a single address. So I can go ahead and click Send here. And you'll see that I get data back for multiple tokens just using one request. Going even further, the API endpoints do support both ERC20 tokens and ERC721 tokens. So if you are building NFT applications, you can use this as well. And then as I go down the list, you can kind of imagine what things you can build using these endpoints. For example, the endpoint I just used right now to get token balances, you can use to build an asset page or an asset menu for like a wallet application. If you want to build on that wallet idea, you can have a transaction tab within your wallet to get all of the wallet's past transactions, who sent what to who, and what transactions failed and succeeded. And to do that, you can use this endpoint here called get transactions by address, where all you simply do is pass an Ethereum address to this endpoint, and you can get all of the transaction history in a paginated manner using a single request. So here you can see me grabbing transaction data for a single address, and it provides a bunch of different data, things like transaction hash, the to and from addresses associated with the transaction, the token transfer data, and stuff like that. We have another set of endpoints that are associated with contracts. So a lot of the time you want to read and write data to a specific contract, such as getting like the total supply of the contract or the name of the contract, the symbol, stuff like that. It's all on-chain data, but when you read and write, or when you read the data from the contract, each of these is an individual request that you make. So what our contract APIs do is it allows you to get all the token metadata in a single request. So you can see here, I query for token data for USDC token, and I get the total supply of the token, the name, the symbol associated with the contract itself. Taking it even further, we supports NFT contracts as well. So here I'm getting the data for, or the on-chain data for Cool Cats, which is the name and the total supply. Now, when we talk about NFTs specifically, a lot of the data associated with them isn't on the contract itself, and we store it off-chain. That's because storing data on-chain can get quite expensive. So for that, if you're building something like NFT Marketplace, we have a select, we have a suite of different NFT API endpoints that you can use to get NFT metadata. So if you're building a marketplace, you can query to list a bunch of different collections based on a collection or a contract address. You can get data for a specific collection to get deeper data for that collection. So here I have data for Mutant Ape Yacht Club. So things like the address, the name, the description, the symbol. We also do something cool where we take the image data for the NFTs and we cache them for different sizes. So there's their original size, the large size, small size, and stuff like that. And then building on the NFT marketplace example, if you are building a marketplace, you probably want to be able to display NFTs and who's trading what and a past history of who's owned this NFT. And to do that, we have an endpoint for getting collection activities. So that's kind of a high-level overview of the different advanced APIs and NFT APIs that Node unlocks. These are all available for both Ethereum mainnet and Ethereum Goerli testnet. Yeah, sure.
Well, I think I lost my microphone here. So, well, one of the things that I really like, and this is again a little bit praise to the team, is that the first time that I was kind of like checking everything about Node, I was just kind of like using, well, curl. You know, that's how I was kind of like checking like all the requests when I was, well, doing like my little tests. But one thing that I really like that I think it would be really useful for you during the weekend is that if you go to the documentation, there's a section that is just sample requests. You know, so like it already kind of like covers most of like the big case scenarios that you're going to have. Of course, if you want to go into the details, the documentation is there, but these ones you can copy paste. And of course, because I was just using curl, I was in my terminal that I don't have my Mac here, so now I can not do it, or at least not how I would like to. I really love the fact that because you have that little request that you can copy, then you can go to Postman, just like how Taylor was doing, and you can import that entire thing. So you could change just like, well, your credentials, and you immediately can modify it if you want to, and then on Postman start making a request. So I thought that it was like one of these small things that the team did just to make the life of developers better. And I thought that it was really cool when I figured out, because I didn't know about that, and I was like, just like send on the terminal, blah, blah, and then, oh, there's a better way to do it that is already covered. And sometimes those small details kind of like show how much the team cares about that experience that they are trying to create for you as developers.
Yep. Yeah, so reading and writing data from the blockchain is probably the first thing you want to learn as a developer, and you'll carry that skill with you throughout your journey as a Web3 developer. And we're here to make it super easy and super simple. Another key primitive to Web3 development is identity. And for that, we have our Coinbase wallet. Coinbase wallet is a self-custody wallet that allows you to store all your crypto assets in a secure manner. You own your keys. Coinbase does not own your keys. That's a small confusion that some users have. So Coinbase Wallet, just to give you a little bit of context, I'm going to exit out of this slide real quick. Coinbase Wallet is our self-custody wallet. It's a multi-chain wallet, so it supports all layer 1 EVM chains as well as layer 2 EVM chains, so Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon, we support it all. In addition to this, we support Solana, which is not EVM chain. And here you can see an example of wallet. We have a few cool features for both users and developers. So the first set of features is that our assets page lists chain or assets from across all the chains. So if you have, let's say, Matic from Polygon and USDC and Ethereum or Solana, it's all, you can view all of your assets in one simple view. If you're a fan of collecting NFTs, we also have an NFT tab and close to instant NFT indexing built into our wallet. And then if you're a trader, you like to do some native DeFi trading, we have a DeFi tab as well for you to do that all embedded within wallet. And then moving on, because I know we're talking to a bunch of developers right now, you probably care about the developer features. So we build Coinbase Wallet as a developer tool as well, focused on the developer experience. So we do support things like testnets, and we recently released testnet faucets built into the wallet directly. So if you're a developer and you're used to going to different web applications to grab some testnet assets, and you have to like sign in with your social media accounts, you can instead sign up for Coinbase Wallet browser extension today and actually go directly into the settings, visit testnet faucets, and then click the testnet that you want to get testnet assets for. And then I'll just do it live here. And yeah, so you can basically get testnet assets sent directly to your wallet. So we currently support Goerli and Rinkeby, which is soon to be deprecated. But yeah. Let's just see if that sends testnet ETH. I'm actually not going to wait for it. So continuing on with the Coinbase Wallet demo. So you can see why Coinbase Wallet is a really cool product and why a lot of people would want to use it, not just users, but developers themselves. So I kind of want to show you today how you can integrate Coinbase Wallet support into the dApps you build and all the applications you build so that you can support this ecosystem of users that are actually using this product. So to do that, I'm going to go here, and I have an example project. Just going to wait for it to load for a second. Okay, cool. So here I have an example, very basic React application. It doesn't do much right now. It just has a simple button and displays some data. So it displays connection data such as the connection status of a wallet, the wallet's address, and what chain ID that they're connecting with. So right now the button does pretty much nothing. Now to integrate Coinbase Wallet into your dApp, what you want to do is you want to download Coinbase Wallet SDK, which will allow you to integrate Coinbase Wallet in a very simple way. So to start with that, I'm going to go down here in my project and add Coinbase Wallet SDK as a dependency. If you're using Node, or you probably want to do like npm install or yarn add. So here's the code for basically what's rendered on the right. It's very simple. It's just a simple React component that has some state data where we store some state. And then down here, we render a button and have a function called connect that doesn't really do anything right now. Now, when you connect a wallet to your dApp, we have this concept called a provider. And what a provider is it's an API abstraction that allows you to read and write from the blockchain. Most wallets, so Coinbase Wallet, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, they'll all inject a provider into your web browser that allows you to use it to interact with the blockchain. So in order to get that in our project, what we need to do is create a new file called provider. And then, one second. And then I have a code snippet here that allows to define a provider and get that provider from Coinbase using Coinbase Wallet SDK. So just going through the code real quick. Here I import Coinbase Wallet SDK into my project. And then in order to get the provider to start sending and signing transactions, I can instantiate Coinbase Wallet by passing it some of my app name and its logo. And then there's a handy function called make Web3 provider that lets you retrieve that. So now that I have this file, I'll go back to my main application file, and I'll go ahead and I'll import that. And once we have the provider in our application, we can then use it to actually make requests to the blockchain. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to this empty connect function that is connected to our button, and I'm going to replace it with a snippet of code. So our new code snippet, what it does is it calls that get provider method right here to get the provider. And then we use that provider to make two requests. The first request is to get the user's account that they would like to use to connect to their dApp with. And the second one is to read the chain ID that they're connecting with. So once we grab these, you'll see down here I store them in state. So set account, set chain ID. And then whatever's stored in state will be displayed on the right. So now that I updated the connect function, if I go over here to the right and I click this button, this Connect Wallet button, you'll see Coinbase Wallet pop up and ask if I want to connect. So what happened there is the provider just called a request to request my account. So if I click connect, I should now be connected to the dApp, and now the dApp has access to my public address and can make signing and sending of transactions on behalf of me. And yeah, so that's how you pretty much implement or integrate Coinbase Wallet into a dApp. It's pretty simple. Just takes a few lines of code. There are a few open source projects that take this a step further. So if you want to support multiple wallets within your app, not just Coinbase Wallet, you can use open source tools like RainbowKit, WagMe, Web3, React, Web3 Modal. They all use Coinbase Wallet SDK and what I demonstrated under the hood. And then as well, you also get support for other wallets as well, so that you capture a wide variety of users. And then I just want to, so that's how you integrate Coinbase Wallet. I just want to harp on the fact that Coinbase Wallet is we're focused on making it a developer tool. So we did integrate built-in testnet faucets. So everyone who's hacking today and tomorrow and throughout the weekend, feel free to grab some testnet ETH for Goerli testnet. And just, it's as simple as downloading Coinbase Wallet extension. I did want to call out our prizes that we have going on throughout the weekend as you're attending the hackathon. We do have a bounty of $10,000 split up between builders that are willing to use our Node product and our Coinbase Wallet products throughout the weekend. So if you're building, consider building using Node as a product, and it'll allow you to be eligible for a $6,000 prize pool. And then if you're interested in integrating Coinbase Wallet or demoing it as you do your demo, you'll be eligible for the $4,000 prize pool. And everything I demonstrated from Node and Coinbase Wallet are all available at this link that you see up here. It's a Build with Coinbase Cloud workshop, so it'll teach you how to make your first request using Node and how to set up Node, and also how to integrate Coinbase Wallet into your dApps. I also want to call out that we do have a QR code up on the screen right now, and you can go ahead and take a picture of that, and it'll lead you to our link tree, which has feedback forms of your experience using our tools. So we'd love to hear feedback on what we can do to iterate on all of our products. So whether you have feedback on Node, Wallet, or any of the Coinbase Cloud products as you're hacking over this weekend, we'd love to hear your feedback. So please visit that QR code.
Yeah, and that's pretty much kind of like what we had for presentation. I don't know if we have like time for QA at the end, not? I don't know how, or it was just the 30 minutes. Okay, well, they're still not kicking us away, so we're kicking us out, so we're still staying. The only important thing that I want to mention is that we're going to be around here, and since we do know that we have also local developers, personally, I can also answer questions in Spanish, and we have like some technical people here directly from the Coinbase Node team that can help you if you are interested in, well, solving any issues that you may have during the hacking. But in general, I think the best recommendation that we can give you is to go there, and specifically with Node, because it just asks for an email, so you can create an account right there, like on the free tier, and it's going to take you just a few minutes. And right after that, you can start pretty much doing what Taylor was showing you. So it's not a lot of effort for you just to get your hands on the product and immediately start figuring out how to integrate it with your existing projects. And of course, we have the challenges. So if you are interested in well, getting some money, then that is your opportunity to do something during the weekend. So that's pretty much it.
Yep. It looks like we're out of time, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to meet with us. We'll be available throughout the weekend to answer any questions you guys have with our products. But yeah, thank you.
Thanks. I'll return this one.